contemporary discussion that happened in Glasgow, that how our climate change and climate condition should be taken care of. In Glasgow, we had COP26 summit meeting. So India discussed and detailed about Panchamitra. Panchamitra is the 5 elements that India shared, that how it is going to cater the climatic issue in the coming years. So by 2030, India is going to reduce the 50% of carbon emissions, right? Second, by 2070, India is going to achieve the net zero target of not using the carbon essentials. The third was focus on non-renewable resources of energy. Right? And then it has carbon credit implication, like if any MNC is going to implant their factory, so they need to put the carbon credit usability every month, that on which amount the carbon are being used by the factory. They need to ask for the loan, right? Similarly, India also says in various parts to developed nations that this is a time when we are not capable of putting the blames to other countries, that okay, this is the major cause and root cause for the participation of creating the pollutants, and instead of that, it is a time when we have to see that how we can take care of the challenging climate crisis. So all the developed nations, India urged to spend at least $1 trillion economy to conserve the climatic crisis and emergencies. Meanwhile, India also started the Green Grid Corporation with USA, Japan. So this Green Grid Corporation is all about Green Grid Corporation. It has OSOWOG, one sun, one world, and one grid, which means the increased usability of solar energy. Right? So this is how India launched many of the mechanism of solutions that we can take care and reduce the impact of climate emergency and crisis. Right? Because global warming is the major challenge. So after that, the discussion over the methane gas. Methane was the talk of the table. Methane is one of the greenhouse gas which causes so much of global warming. So how to reduce this greenhouse gas? The discussion was on this as well, because methane increases the warmth of the atmosphere, leaves its molecules for longer time, and it contains so many molecules that it lives in the atmosphere for longer time. So it creates the warmness for longer period of time. Okay, so methane reduction was also the topic to discuss. And then the reduction of carbon emissions by different countries was also the table of talk. So the revampment of Kyoto Protocol, the rules and provisions of Kyoto Protocol was also discussed, that it is a time now that we need to address the provisions of Kyoto Protocol as well, and how to see that how we can reduce the carbon emissions in every specific country. Because if we are not going to take the charge, by the end of this century, the earth will be the heated cooker that can burst any other time. कभी भी फट सकता है ये कुकर जो कि इतना गर्म हो जाएगा, है ना. So these were the problems. The implication of these problems are like all the island countries will drown, डूब जाएंगे ये सारे countries, because the global warming certainly lead to the melting of glaciers. The melting of glaciers will rise the level of the sea. The rise sea level will affect all those countries which are on the coastal premises of the sea and ocean, like Maldives, Indonesia, Myanmar, some parts of Myanmar, some parts of Malaysia, some parts of Mauritius, some parts of Cambodia, and other spaces and island countries of the world itself. So this is a UN cry for the world to take care of all these specific regards, to develop certain value system and sensitivity towards the climate and climatic problems, right? So these were the talks of Glasgow Summit COP26 against the prevalency of climate and climatic reasons in India. So these are the few questions that I am going to give you for the practice for your main examination, as asked by UPSC in several years of discourse, because climate is a very broad topic, right? Whether in the global platform or in the Indian platform. It's very important. So write down, bring out the significance of Indian climatic system Second question, how far do you agree, this is also climate change wala section, how far do you agree that the changing course of monsoon has been changing due to human activities? 2015 main question. Human activities, 2015 main question. So these two are the main practice question for the class. All right. So yes, we have discussed all the specific parts of climate, Indian climate system, how it works. The theories related to mechanism of monsoon, I think Koteshwaram and Headley and several others, I think J. Flon's mechanism theory of Tibetan plateau. Then we discussed the types of season India have. Unity in diversity of climate we have discussed already, the beautiful unity and diversity that some parts are receiving rainfall and some are dry in nature. Some have the coldness like the minus 10 degree and some are moderate with the 30 degree of Celsius. So this is a beautiful significance of Indian climate. But I have given the first question. We discussed the type of seasons, how these seasons are very prevalent in keeping the India's balanced climate, why monsoon is important, right? Why monsoonal type of climate is important in India, how it affects the agriculture, how it is important for the agricultural practices and economy of India. We discussed the types of classification of Indian climatic regions. We need to understand and keep in mind the climatic regions like CWG, ET, tundra region is in Uttarakhand. Like E type of climate, polar region is in the upper course of Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh and Leh and Ladakh. Right? What is a humid type of winter season? CWG is a humid type of winter season. So it comes in your Assam, Arunachal Pradesh and Sikkim. So winters are not dry there, they are humid. Might possible the rainfall can occur in any time, right? So these are the peculiarity of Indian climate system. We related with Köppen, we related with Dudley-Stamp and we related with R.L. Singh. Okay, so you have to learn the climatic regions and classifications name by name because UPSC prelim questions is being asked on climatic regions.